All right, so right now we're in the period of what's called Sefiras Haomer. Right? It's the period of 7 weeks that link the Yontiv of Pesach to the Yontiv of Shavuos. And we know that according to the Sefiras Haomer, every single week of this period is connected to a particular human trait, a certain midah, a certain quality. And the objective, the mission of that particular week is to try to learn how to align that midah, that quality within ourselves with how Hashem wants us to live. And over the course of these 7 weeks, in sum total, we become healthy and readjusted human beings, able to receive the Torah on a personal level on Shavuos. That's the Avodah. And so this week, we enter into the 3rd week of Sefira, and we enter into the service and to try to align that midah within ourselves. That's called Tiferes. Tiferes. That's the Midah of Tiferes. That's the 3rd week of Sefira. What is the Midah of Tiferes? Tiferes, simply put, means empathy. Means empathy. Means to empathize with another person. See, we tend to think that, let's say, for example, giving tzedakah. We tend to think that tzedakah is just about writing a check or taking money out of your wallet and giving it to someone that needs it. That's kavadik. That's certainly tzedakah. But the avodah of this particular week is not just to give tzedakah. The avodah of this particular week is not just to help those that need help in any way that we can. The avodah this week is to empathize with those people and to really feel their suffering and to feel their need. This is true with people that need financial support, emotional support. By extension, this is also true when we see, God forbid, a Jew doing something wrong. Instead of just the knee-jerk reaction of, well, that guy's a bad guy, or that woman's a bad woman, and just yelling and screaming either actually or in our own heads at that person, the avodah this week is to empathize. A person has to be careful not to empathize to such an extent where we legitimize the mistakes that we're witnessing by others. But it means to empathize, it means to realize that there may be events in that person's life that led them to that mistake, and that doesn't necessarily define who they are. And with that empathy, we'll then be able to figure out ways how to help that person in a better way. But that's the avodah this week of Tiferes, harmony and balance, of connecting with others in a way of empathy. That's the avodah. So Hashem should help that every single day of this week. That's the objective. That's the objective, to develop that sense of empathy and that sense of caring, of deep caring about another Jew. And hopefully, when we align that midah within ourselves with the way Hashem wants us to live with that midah, so Hashem will empathize with us as well, and He'll look at our mistakes and look at our shortcomings, and so to speak, feel our pain and understand where we're coming from, and help us in that way as well. Hashem should help that each and every one of us, we should be able to come that much closer to receiving our portion of Torah on Har Sinai by Shavuos.